Is there any window of launch for any of this
For
outside of
Bitcoin, oh, 2026, and probably the first half of the year, we'll start seeing some things come on. So lead by doing, that's another problem that we had. So we would build capability, but we never paired a capability with a consumer of the capability. And that's why the capabilities never got used. Like Hydra, we had around for like 2 years. We were talking about it. I was on my ranch. I had a bad connection with you. Like I was that 2 years or 3 years ago. We were talking about Hydra.
It's crazy.
You know,
It's been that long, but yeah.
it really has been. But then suddenly Hydra got real when we did 2 real things with it. Now 3. First was Hydra Doom. Minute we did Hydra Doom. Yeah, it's like you can see it. It's like, holy shit, every frames of transactions, million TPS. That's real. Okay. And the cost to run it was very de minimis. The second thing, the Glacier drop from midnight. All those transactions, when you go to redeem, you're not redeeming on Cardano. You're actually redeeming on the Hydra network. So that's a mainnet Hydra application.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because it cost us like 20 grand to do 33.6 million potential redemptions. That's Hydra. And so that's a great Hydra use case. People are like, when mainnet? It's on mainnet, baby. If you got your night, you used Hydra to get night.
Nobody knows that. I didn't know that, and I read everything.
Yeah, that's just, that was just magical. And then the third thing was the vending machine. So in Singapore at Token 2049, and also at Rare Evo, we did this.
I did see that. That was cool.
Yeah, you can literally buy shit in a vending machine using the Hydra network. And so we have a company that's being spun out, the Drip Drops guys. Some of them are starting that company with Sam Leathers, and they're going to go do it for all the ATMs, the point of sale systems, and the vending machines. And it's a really cool product. So we physicalize Cardano through Hydra. Okay, so Hydra is real now because people are using it to do real things. So Bitcoin DeFi is the same story. So I got RealFi. Okay, so I got this amazing yield product that's coming next year, and we've been working on it. Those microfinance shit.
What it's called, RealFi?
Yeah, Real Finance, and RealFi is .co, I think, is the website.
So that's the IOHK version of Bitcoin OS. RealFi.
No. RealFi is the yield product. So remember, everybody's like, "What are you doing in Africa? Bank the unbanked, all this stuff." We never gave up on that. Like Africa was not a failure. That team kept working, and they actually built a real product, and I put my own money into it, and I lent out millions of dollars to people all last year and the year before, and 98% of the loans repaid us. So we had a great NPL rate. And I said, let's open it up. And so we're going to open it up. So I got a yield product. I need some TVL for that yield product. So what I want to do is actually go to the Bitcoin people and say, hey, how do we get Bitcoin lended to stablecoin, get stablecoins into our system, and get that done? So we're going to pair our Bitcoin stuff with RealFi, and RealFi can absorb billions of dollars worth of TVL. It has a good yield product that it has there, but that's a great example of a use case of the Bitcoin bridge. And we can do the same for XRP DeFi, and we can do the same for ADA. So we have 3 things that can lend in, and we're going to aggregate up a large amount of TVL. But that shows how it gets it done. And what does that do? It improves my MAUs, improves my transaction volume, and it makes my TVL numbers a lot better. And more importantly, it gets all the rough edges out of the bridge and the user experience of this stuff. So the next app has a significantly easier time getting Bitcoin to be able to service its TVL. So we're doing that, man. I told the team, like, let's get this launched first half of 2026. Let's find a path to make this happen. And I told the Bitcoin DeFi team, let's find a path to get that happen. They're kind of in that scientific mindset of, no, it just takes so long, and we got to do it. I said, either you do it or I find somebody else external. That's how it works now. Okay, so you have
if I knew exactly when this would all launch, I would know that it was going to be the peak of Bitcoin a month before. Yeah. See, so like that would be my metric, but we don't have that. So no, I'm joking. I'm curious actually how Midnight has been doing, right? There's been a lot of, my wallet, this wallet doesn't work, or that hardware wallet doesn't work.
Right.
How has it been overall in terms of adoption? And because obviously the whole point of a lot of this stuff is to establish more unity in the space, right? And you've made that message abundantly clear, and you've been involving everyone that wants to take part, or, how has that been translating into establishing a little bit more cross-chain unity across the board? And
it's great. It's so good. We have about 150,000 redemptions so far. We'll probably close out the Glacier drop period with around 200,000. That's what we expected. We expected about 250,000 to 500,000 redemptions. Scavenger hunt, which is the mining part of Midnight, they'll probably get a few 100,000 from that. So we'll be in the top 5 for the largest airdrops of all time. And most importantly, in fact, I got the graph right here. I'll actually show you the graph. I get a daily report every day on the Midnight airdrop.
Oh, nice.
And this is just beautiful because yes, like what's the real
And while you're looking at that, people in the chat, just so you know, I'm not angry or anything. I'm just very focused on what Charles is saying. So I can sit here and kind of laugh or play with my hair, but ultimately I'm paying attention because I want to know what he's talking about.
yeah, I got it right here. Let me find it. I get it there. I'll just search for the email. I get one every day.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Here we go. The GD updates. Okay, so this is the really cool one. This is the total claims per network. So the blue part is Cardano, but the non-blue part are all the other networks. And so the other networks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. So 27% of the claims were Bitcoin claims. And 11.05% of the claims are Ethereum claims, about 6.3% are XRP, and the other 4% are from the other networks. So that brought a lot of new users into the Cardano ecosystem. Those were non-Cardano users who didn't give a shit about Cardano at all. And they basically just took a chance and said, fuck it, we'll redeem. Yeah, and there are a lot of challenges, but it was a multi-month endeavor. So, we told people it doesn't make a difference if you redeem day 1 or day 60. It's the same amount of night.